Scene script. Are you still paying off your student loans? Imagine for a moment a weight that you carry with you every day, a weight that grows heavier with each passing second. That weight, for many post-college Americans, is the burden of student loans, a burden that extends far beyond the campus and the classrooms into the realm of the everyday life. Picture this, a fresh-faced graduate, diploma in hand, ready to take on the world. But with the excitement of newfound independence comes a stark reality, a significant debt that could take years, even decades, to pay off. It's a scenario that's all too common. In fact, it's the reality for most of us. But here's the kicker. It's not just the initial loan that's the problem. Oh no, it's the silent, relentless hunter that is interest accumulation. Interest accumulation is a bit like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts off small, but as it rolls, it picks up more and more snow, growing larger and larger. And just like that snowball, your debt can also grow, increasing the total amount you owe over time. So, you might start off with a loan of, say, $25,000. But with the addition of interest, you could end up paying back significantly more than that. It's not just the amount you borrowed, it's that amount plus the interest that has accumulated over the years. It's this interest accumulation that turns what might seem like a manageable debt into a mountain of financial obligation. It's a burden that can affect every aspect of your life, from your ability to buy a home to your capacity to save for retirement. It's a burden that can feel insurmountable. But what if there was a way to alleviate this burden earlier? Scene script. Meet John and Jane, two post-college Americans who took different paths with their student loans. John, like many, chose to make minimum payments on his student loans. He thought he was doing just fine, but years later, he's still chipping away at that debt. His monthly payments might be manageable, but the interest keeps piling up, making it feel like he's running on a treadmill that just won't stop. This prolonged debt has put a damper on his financial freedom. He's had to pass up on opportunities like investing in a home or starting a family due to the constant stress of his looming student debt. John's situation is not uncommon. It's a reality for many post-college Americans who are still wrestling with student loans. On the flip side, let's take a look at Jane. Jane decided to prioritize paying off her student loans as quickly as possible. She made sacrifices, cut down on unnecessary expenses, and even took up a side job. Yes, it was tough, but fast forward a few years, and Jane is now completely debt-free. Unlike John, Jane doesn't lose sleep over monthly loan payments or interest accumulation. She's free to use her income to invest, save, or spend as she sees fit. She enjoys a level of financial stability that many of her peers can only dream of. Jane's peace of mind is palpable. She's no longer shackled by the burden of student loan debt. The contrast between John and Jane's experiences is stark. John's life is marked by financial strain and constant stress due to his student loan debt. His financial goals and dreams are on hold as he continues to pay off a debt that seems never-ending. Jane, on the other hand, is living proof of the freedom that comes with paying off student loans ASAP. Her sacrifices and hard work have paid off, and she now enjoys the financial stability that many yearn for. Her story is a beacon of hope and a testament to the benefits of prioritizing student loan repayment. Both John and Jane started their post-college lives with student loan debt, but their choices have led them down very different paths. John's story serves as a cautionary tale about the pitfalls of prolonged debt, while Jane's journey inspires and motivates us to tackle our student loans head-on. See the difference? Let's delve deeper into why paying off your student loans ASAP is a smart move. Remember John, his loan balance isn't going down as quickly as he'd like. And here's why. It all boils down to a financial term called interest accumulation. This is the process where interest is added to the principal amount borrowed, and then that new total accrues interest of its own. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger. Let's break it down using John's case. Suppose John borrowed a certain sum to fund his education. Every month he has been making the minimum payments, thinking he's making progress towards becoming debt-free. But here's the catch. While he is indeed reducing his principal amount, he's not doing much to combat the interest that's piling up. You see, when John makes a minimum payment, a significant portion of that goes towards the interest, not the principal. This means the principal amount remains largely untouched, and it continues to accrue interest. This is the reason why John's loan balance isn't shrinking as fast as he'd hoped. And here's something else to consider. The interest rate isn't a one-time thing, it's applied continuously every day. So every day that John doesn't pay off his loan, he's accumulating more interest. This is the concept of compound interest, and it can be a harsh taskmaster if not handled promptly. So, what's the solution? Well, it's simple. Pay more than the minimum. Even a little bit extra can make a significant difference in the long run. It reduces the principal faster, and less principal means less interest. And less interest means less money out of John's pocket. The moral of the story is this: the longer you take to pay off your loans, the more you end up paying. So be like the smart John, the John who plans to make larger payments and nip that debt in the bud. After all, nobody likes an overstayed guest, especially when that guest is dead. Now, let's look at Jane. She's living life on her terms. Jane was once like many others, saddled with student debt, but she made a conscious decision to prioritize paying off her loans, and now she enjoys the liberation of being debt-free. You see, being debt-free isn't just about not owing money. It's about the freedom to make choices without the burden of financial obligations. It's about the ability to live life on your terms, just like Jane. Jane no longer has to worry about interest accumulating on her student loans, which allows her to focus more on her present and future financial goals. She has the freedom to save for her future, to invest, and to make financial decisions that align with her life goals. She's building her wealth, rather than paying off her debt. And let's not forget about the reduced stress levels. Money-related stress is a real thing, and it's something that many people struggle with on a daily basis. But for Jane, that's a thing of the past. She no longer has to worry about making monthly payments or dealing with the consequences of missing them. She's free from the constant worry and the anxiety that comes with it. Being debt-free also gives Jane the chance to explore opportunities that she might have overlooked before. She can consider a career change, go back to school, or even start her own business. The world is her oyster, all because she made the decision to pay off her student loans as quickly as possible. Jane can also use her experience to educate others about the benefits of being debt-free. She can share her story, her struggles, and her triumphs to inspire others to do the same. She's not just living a better life, she's also making a difference. So imagine being in Jane's shoes. Imagine the freedom, the opportunities, and the peace of mind that comes with being debt-free. It's not just about the money, it's about the quality of life. It's about taking control of your financial future and making decisions that benefit you in the long run. Doesn't that sound like a better way to live post-college life? So, where do you want to be? Struggling like John or thriving like Jane? The choice is yours, and it starts with prioritizing your student loan repayments. It may seem like a mountainous task now, but remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Consider this: start by creating a budget. It's a simple yet powerful tool that gives you control over your finances. Identify where your money is going and allocate an increased portion towards your loan payments. Think about starting a side hustle. It could be anything from freelance work to selling handmade crafts online. Every extra dollar you earn can go straight towards reducing your loan balance. You could also explore refinancing your loans. By securing a lower interest rate, you could save thousands in the long run. Remember, every effort counts. Every dollar paid off is one step closer to your financial freedom. Start your journey towards financial freedom today, pay off your student loans ASAP, and experience the difference it makes.